the hill of this place that we once have called our home. Think about life and the courses it takes. Why do we feel so alone? Won't you come sit next to me? I'll let you know I'm crazy. Maybe one day in the end we'll be friends. Maybe one day we'll be okay. Watch me fall away.
And welcome back, everyone. Those pictures you were just watching were from the Every Voice in Action's Youth Crew Retreat, and that I believe actually just happened last month. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but regardless, today's question is, what exactly does youth philanthropy mean to nonprofit organizations in Tucson? So we're joined now by Colleen Quigley and Claudia Torres, and they are both members of Unidas, and they are, Unidas is a philanthropic group associated with the Women's Foundation of Southern Arizona. Now, unlike the youth crew, the Unidas program is composed only of girls, and it's focused on the root causes of social problems that facing women and girls today. So welcome both to the program. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's go with the basics. How long have you been with Unidas? We'll start with, we'll start with Claudia.
I've been with Unidas for 2 years.
And I've been with Unidas. This is my first year.
Okay. All right, so 2 years, Claudia. Let's start with you. What made you join Unidas?
At first, I didn't know what philanthropy was, so I thought maybe it's something interesting and it'll be good for me to get involved with.
Right.
And I learned that it was something that I could use to empower young women and girls and to empower myself as well.
How about you, Colleen?
I joined because I saw it as a good way to help my community and to get to meet great other people as well at the same time.
Great. So I mentioned a tiny bit more about Unidas, but go ahead and tell us a little tiny bit more about them. So just maybe your perspective, not the perspective I got from their website.
Okay. Well, first, Unidas is the feminization of United in Spanish, and we're composed of all girls. And it just gives us an opportunity to learn about philanthropy.
Right.
It's a basic educational hands-on process about philanthropic work, and that's basically it.
Yeah, basically everything Claudia said, and it just really gives us a way to learn about problems that our community is facing and to learn ways to address them.
Great. All right, so why do you think the focus on women's issues is so important to today's society?
I think it's very important because there's still many problems that women are facing today, and we need to address them to make sure that there's equality between the sexes. So it's just helping empower other girls in our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's basically about equal opportunity between the sexes. And it's also important to promote women's interest issues and basic philosophies that women have in separate of men.
Right. What's your grant-making issue this year?
We haven't chosen one topic yet this year. We're actually going to do that tomorrow at our meeting. And so we have 3 issues right now that we're focusing on, and those are it's like domestic violence and abuse, body image issues, and depression and other mental health problems. So tomorrow we are going to give presentations on them, and we're going to decide what issue we're going to be focusing on.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess what is your favorite part of the grant-making process? Well, before we get to that, how long is it? How long, or when are your proposals? Or do you guys have a timeline set right now?
Our timeline is, I think, by mid-May.
Okay, and it sounds like you guys are just barely rolling the ball, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. But in general, so this will be a question for you, Claudia. What is your favorite part of the entire grant-making process?
Like with Unidas, I feel bonded with these girls because we share a common vision. And I know that my opinion is respected and that I can have an impact in our grant-making process.
Now, Claudia, you are on the Board of Trustees. Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong, but you are on the Board of Trustees. How old are you?
I'm 16.
At 16 years old, for the Women's Foundation of Southern Arizona, everyone.
Yeah.
what's
feels
that
great.
like? I'm sure that's
It's kind of nerve-wracking, and there's so much to learn about nonprofits and keeping it all together, finances, events, keeping everything organized, and I'm just learning so much about everything.
I think that's great. All right, and this is a question for both of you. So do you think youth involvement in grant making, so grant making is what we're talking about today, do you think it makes a difference? Do you think it's valuable for youth to be sharing, their valuable opinions?
I think it definitely is very important. Today's youth, we're the leaders of tomorrow, so someone has to teach us how to do it so we can continue to make a difference in the world. So I think it's really important that the adults and the people who are knowledgeable on the topics are teaching everybody else.
Our show focuses on youth, and we're tomorrow's leaders. I really like that quote. We're gonna quote you on that. All right, and how about your opinion? Youth involvement in grant making.
I think it teaches us basic morale of sharing, making a difference, and it's just a great opportunity to show that we can actually do something. Even though we're youth, we have this power to make a difference.
What has Unitas, what kind of, in the past, for the past few years, what are the subjects they've been focusing on?
Well, we first had our first year last year. We funded a program on AYA, a rape prevention intervention program, and we granted them $10,000, and that's all we've been done right now.
What was this group name?
AYA.
Okay, so we are going to transition into that. We actually have a quote from somebody who, the lady at AYA, and we're going to go ahead and put that still up right now. But last year, Unitas funded AYA, and we have a quote from them tonight. Let's see, so let's read it off right now. So without the Unitas grant, we could have taught one person at a time, but they gave us the ability to do so much more. I think it's fantastic that young women are participating in grant making. They are truly making a difference in their future and the rest of the community. That's from Florencia Turco, and she's from AYA. So that's the person you funded last year. How do you both respond? I mean, your first year, but tell us. I mean, is there some kind of...
When they first came to us, we read their request for proposal,